Hi, this is Willie Wimbrey with Wimbrey & Wimbrey Counseling and Family Consultation Services. Today I bring to you another message. Today's message has to do with something that a lot of parents deal with, especially when you're doing parties for your kids. As a volunteer, when you go places, I think a lot of teachers have this experience a lot. As school administrators, school counselors, and others who work with children in volunteer services like in churches, baseball teams, whatever is going on in your life. Sometimes you have to deal with managing other people's children. Here are my experiences where I've been able to learn pretty much how to manage other people's children. I've been pretty successful at it. I was a youth pastor for about 12 years, from 18 years old to about 30 years old. I was a school art teacher during that same time, from 24 years old to about 31 years old. I was an assistant principal for 9 years and a principal for 10 years, all dealing with grade levels from pre-K babies, 4-year-olds, all the way to 8th graders, but also in church all the way to college age. So I've dealt with kids in groups of all ages. I've been volunteers. I've been all over the world with these kids. I've been in stressful situations. I've been in very easy situations, and I've learned something that works, and what I taught all of the people I've worked with what to do to manage other people's children. So the first thing is that a lot of people know is you got to have procedures and rules in place. That's all cool. You got to have that. You got to be able to tell kids exactly what's expected of them so they can be successful, not tell them what they need to do so they don't get in trouble. I don't like those kind of rules. I always tell kids, hey, this is what you do to be successful when you're with me, when we're doing this activity, when you're doing this assignment, when you're in my classroom, when you're at my house for a party, when we're going on a trip, when you're playing with the team I'm working with, whatever it is. I like to clarify what I expect for them to do so they can be successful. All that's good. There's a lot of books, a lot of training out there for that. But the thing that a lot of people don't know is you can't just have systems in place to make kids do the right thing. You can't just have rules and procedures and trainings to help kids do what they need to do to be successful. That is not what should come first. What should come first, and this is what I've learned, and I believe this is right for most leaders, most people who work with children, this is what you need to do. So get your notepads out, get ready to take some notes. You're going to like this. The overarching idea that I have here is that you must have relationships. Everybody say relationships. Relationships. You have to have a relationship with the kid and with the kids. The relationship is not much different from a family relationship. Now, this is hard for some people to swallow because we don't trust kids. We don't trust other people, their parents. We don't trust colleagues who are watching us sometimes. But man, I said, forget all of that. I don't care about what other adults think. I've learned that, hey, just care about these kids. I'm going to have a relationship with them. They're going to know the relationship. It's not just going to be a leader-follower relationship or a teacher-student relationship or a principal-student relationship or a youth pastor, youth-student relationship. No, we are going to have a relationship that's very, very similar to my family. I mean, I don't know any other relationships that work better than a family relationship. I'm a Christian. I believe that God gave us families for a reason. And I believe also that every time I'm assigned to a certain group of people in my life for that dispensation of time, this is my family, whether it's an hour or an 8-hour day or 185 day school year or 212 work year or 226. It doesn't matter what's going on. The time I'm with these people, this is one of my other families. What kind of relationship? Like a family relationship. I'm going to actually have a relationship with them and show that I care. And not just show that I care, but I'm really going to care about them. So this is what I teach people. You have to really care. And we're going to show you an acronym. C-A-R-E, CARE. The first letter in CARE is C. And to me, C stands for connect. You have to connect with the children. You have to connect with them, talk with them, have conversations with them, let them know that you're listening to them, and make sure they're listening to you. So what I do when I'm working with kids, I always introduce myself. I introduce myself and say some things that are pretty transparent, that can be kind of humorous, that it's so transparent. Like I might say things like, hey, my name is Willie Wimbrey. So I give them my whole name, and that's kind of funny to them. I also tell them things like, hey, I'm 50 years old. And I know you're thinking, no way you're 50 years old, Mr. Wimbrey. Go ahead and say that to me. Go ahead and say, no way you're 50 years old. You only look 30 years old. And kids, doesn't matter what ages, babies all the way to 18-year-olds, they sense that I'm transparent with them in a funny way and not taking life so seriously. And it breaks the ice. I tell them other things too, like, hey, right now I'm 175 pounds. Back when I was a teacher, I'm 135 pounds. I just say things to them so they just know me a little better, and they know I'm not really so serious or so rules and procedures driven. I'm alive, and my life is driving me, and I wanna be real when I'm with you. I want to be real when I'm around you. I feel safe with you. I trust you with this information about me. And I'm not afraid to be who I am with you. And what that communicates to the kid is, hey, they're not afraid to be who they are either. And they may talk back with me. If they're not willing to share information with me, they may be shy, they may be scared, they may be tough, and they may have a wall up. It's okay. I don't force it out of them, but I do ask them questions like, hey, what's your name? Oh man, and then I comment on their name. Hey, what's your last name? Wait a minute, how do you spell that? And then get them to spell. I mean, that is pretty cool. I don't know if I can spell it right now, but I promise you I'll be able to spell it later. Or hey, if I'm at church? Hey, what school do you go to? Or if I'm at a school, hey, what school did you go to last year? Were you at this school or a different school? Just trying to get to know the kid. A conversation, a true conversation that they feel and that I feel. Having that kind of or that type of conversation is just one way to connect with the kid. They have to feel connected, and I have to feel connected to them. Connect. The second letter in CARE is A. And to me, A means to affirm. Affirm. Affirm has to do with, making sure the kid knows you notice them, you listen to them, you are remembering who they are. So the next day that you're with them, or the next hour, or the next session, or whatever, the next station time that you're with them, try to say their name. Remember their name. Affirm their presence. Affirm their existence. If they told you some other information that you remember, ask them about it. Hey, how did that football game go? You told me you were having a football game. How did it go? Or hey, how did that test go? Or hey, were you able to talk to your mom about that yet? Or hey, how did the girl respond to you when you gave her that note that you like her? Just anything to help them know, hey, this mature adult really sees me, really knows me, really heard me. They feel affirmed because of what you've done. So go, affirm away. So that's CARE. The second letter is A, which stands for affirm. And now for the third letter in CARE, which is R. R to me means respond. Respond to the kid from the heart. Respond to meet their needs. Like if a kid you can see that they're acting a certain way, respond to it. Meaning, if they're acting happy, respond, say, oh man, I'm glad you're happy. If they're acting in a way that looks sad or acting upset, respond to it. Say, hey, are you okay? Are they acting like they need something? Or they're raising their hand, asking for assistance? They want to talk to you. Respond to them. You don't want kids ever leaving thinking you didn't see them, you didn't help them, you didn't respond to them. When they're crying out for help or in any kind of way at all, respond. Now, responding can be something that they see, but responding can also be something they don't see. Like, think about that child. That's a way of responding to them. Pray for them. Plan things for them to help them be more successful, to help them be more engaged, to help them feel better about themselves. You want to respond to any need they have, or just like the core part of caring for somebody. I want to keep it not so religious sounding, but let me go there. It's loving. Really love this child. Allow yourself to love them, and know that you love them and feel that you love them. Let yourself go and be freely caring for this kid as if they are your family member, as if they are yours for that moment. Really care about their future, really care about their presence, and respond to what's going on. So again, the third letter is R, and the word is respond. And the fourth letter in CARE is expect. Expect. Come on, adults, or any teenagers or young people who may be watching this too, because you manage other people's kids as well. Expect. Truly expect for your involvement to impact this kid's life. Expect your love and care and consideration for them is going to work. Expect that the conversations you're trying to have with this kid are going to work. Expect that every part of your being in their lives is impacting who they are and what they're going to do. Expect for your words to matter. Expect for your presence to matter. Expect that every plan you have for this kid is going to work. You have to have that kind of confidence that who you are and what you are doing is exactly what this kid needs in their lives right now. You are that family core leader, and wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you have the wisdom that's necessary. You have the experience that's necessary. Why? Because you're the one chosen to be in this kid's life right now. They may be your student this year. They may be your youth member this moment or this weekend. They may be a friend of your child, and they're visiting at your party at the park for this hour. They're under your leadership. They're under your influence, and everything you do will be a big deal to this kid, whether they act like it or not. Expect for them to receive what you're trying to give them. Expect for whatever seed you are planting to actually take root and to grow and to become something great in this kid. Expect for these kids to also notice you. Expect for these kids to see you. Expect for them to hear you. And expect for your involvement to be exactly what they want. And when you have that kind of confidence, when you have that kind of expectation, you will have much more success in managing other people's children. They will respect you. They will love you back. They will follow you. And when you tell them your rules, when you tell them your procedures, they will do it a lot better. Not because they're afraid of getting in trouble, but because they are afraid of disappointing you. They're afraid of hurting your heart. They're afraid of damaging a strong relationship that they have with this leader in their lives. So this is my message today. CARE, C-A-R-E. Connect, affirm, respond, and expect. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. Let me be a little bit more transparent for you. This actually works with adults too. Works with any team that you're working with. When you're able to have the culture of the environment feel like a family, and that the leader actually cares about the people, they actually let their walls come down and they feel more comfortable being themselves. They don't have anything to hide, have nothing to run from, nothing to fear. They feel safe. And when you make an environment safe for the participants, they follow the leader. They adore the leader. They respect the leader. And this works in church. This works in classrooms, at schools. This works at campuses. This works in leadership teams. This works in a marriage. This works in a home. And I encourage you guys all to take this on. One of the biggest things we do as leaders that's a mistake and leads to problems, especially with children, is that we don't take leadership of them. We let them do their own thing because we think they're uncomfortable with our presence. They are uncomfortable with our presence when we are uncomfortable being present. Be present, parents. Be present, youth leaders. Be present, school teachers. Be present, school leaders. Be present, babysitters. Be present by caring for these children. Care, C.A.R.E. Care for those kids today. And this is my wonderful formula for managing other people's children. Thank you for listening. Talk to you soon. Wimbrey and Wimbrey Counseling and Family Consultation Services. Call us if you need us. WimbreyandWimbrey.com.